trained a bunch of the toddlers, it's what they called the volunteers in those days, but the toddlers, he trained them. And these guys were from all over the world, and so my dad kept scrapbooks of all of these young men that he was training. And every time he heard about one of them being shot down and killed, they put an X over their face. And when you take a look at the pages and pages and pages of photographs, half of these guys never made it. You know, I mean, it's sort of sobering. But after the war, my dad decided that he wanted to stay in the Air Force and make it a career. And so so he was in charge of the senior officer at Mountain View Air Force Base. Mountain View, if you go and you try to find it, it's hard to find because there's nothing there anymore, I don't think. As a matter of fact, 3 places that I lived when I was just a child have now been knocked down because they're all military bases, and you know, there's not very many military bases anymore. And but we were in Mountain View, and then we moved out to the west, to Alberta, to the Suffield Experimental Station, where my dad worked with DuPont and with the British Royal Army, and also with the United States Air Force to design a new trigger mechanism that they're going to use for napalm. And then later on, he went over to Halifax and put in the weapon system for the Argus, which was the biggest, at the time, the biggest sub-killer that there was in the world. And then came to Ottawa. We were at CFHQ for a while, and then ended up in Albuquerque, New Mexico, at the Special Weapons Lab. This was in 1961, and my dad set up a liaison office. And what I didn't know at the time, and it was top secret for decades, but they were actually designing a nuclear warhead for a cruise missile. So anyway, that's my dad. He's a brilliant man.
So you're used to traveling all around at this point?
I'm used to traveling around, and not only that, I guess you could say I'm used to a lot of chaos. So,
before your police career, you looked like you were going to be a Major League Baseball pitcher, on to sports journalism.
yeah.
What made the switch into policing?
Well, actually, my baseball career was signed by the Dodgers and was in high A at Daytona Beach. And one day I threw a curveball and my arm went with it. And that was pretty much the end of my baseball career. And then almost simultaneously, Uncle Sam came along and said, "Greetings, you're going to learn how to throw grenades instead of baseballs." And so I ended up in the Army for a while. And this is during Vietnam. And then went back to school in the GI Bill and got my degree in journalism. And was hired immediately by the Associated Press. And was their state sports editor for AB. And ended up winning a bunch of awards and everything else, and I thought, what? This is really, man, I'm really good. and what ended up happening is that one day I couldn't get out of bed, and I was too weak to get out of bed. And what happened was that I had developed an ulcer, a bleeding ulcer. It had perforated and I almost bled to death. And the doctor who treated me, he told me, he said, I'll give you a couple of options. He said, one, you can stay in the job that you're at which point make sure you pay up your life insurance because you're not going to live past 40. And he said, the second option is maybe you should find a less stressful line of work.
I would think it would be the exact opposite. You're telling me that I'm going to go to politics too. Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, you can agree.
I think so too sometimes. I've been on some ride alongs. I've pulled some people over.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Oh,
But drawing down, I couldn't do that. too. I mean, Michael Carmen, the first big case with Crime Stoppers, he promised his mom he would bring justice to
Yeah,
her.
I-
And that would be one of the hardest parts of the job too, is to talk to a family that's just lost a loved one.
You
But
know,
you brought that promise. You
yeah,
brought that promise.
it was important. It really was. The Michael Carmen case is one of my earliest cases that I worked as a violent crimes detective. And so there was an awful lot of personal investment in this, emotional investment. And the fact that we were able to solve the case was, very gratifying.
Creating a board of directors, you said, was the easy part, but raising the funds to do the rewards. How did you go about fundraising? How did you start that?
Well, here's the thing about how we set up the first board. I was very, very fortunate that a good friend of mine was the regional head of security for the Circle K Corporation. And I understand Circle K is very much involved in Crime Stoppers here in Ontario. But we were able to get the support at Circle K right from the beginning. And from there, that allowed us to start to bring in some other businesses, large corporations, and we would approach them with the idea of, how about giving us one of your talented vice presidents or one of your executives to serve on the board? And that's part of what we did. The second thing is that we took a look at the service clubs. Your Kiwanis, your Optimists and Lions and everything else, because these people have a history of volunteerism, and you can depend upon them. And so we then went ahead and recruited from each of these clubs at least 2 members. Then we also had women's clubs that we needed to have involved. These were the wives, the very first 2 people from the junior league, were the wives of some very, very big corporate executives, and that ensured that we were going to get a nice donation from them. But the other thing is that right from the beginning, it was extremely important to me that we get a broad cross-section of the community. You had to have all neighborhoods or regions of the city that participated. This couldn't just be, a group of executives making decisions for the rest. This had to really be the common citizens. And so we got some people that were retired from the retired associations. We got a very, very close friend of mine was a baseball umpire, and used to give me a lot of pitches on the corner. I love the man. Teenagers, but he came on the board, and that really was very, very important. And we got the Hispanic community involved. I mean, every different segment of our society was represented on this board, and it was 21 people. But it was they were there. The problem was, I was solving cases so fast I kept bankrupting the program, and so the board put a tremendous amount of pressure on the board to go on out and raise funds in order to keep us solvent.
You said it took about 6 months for the police force to really come on board with the program. How long did it take the community to jump in and accept Crime Stoppers?
Really, the community response was almost overwhelming right from the beginning. But I would say probably about 2 months into the formal operation of the program, we could see that we were getting a lot of donations that were coming in. We did a little stuffer in our water bill that went out to about maybe 250,000 homes. And so, and it told about Crime Stoppers and how people could participate, how they could make a donation. And so we started to get donations, $5, $10, $25, that came in, and ultimately we had about $20,000 over about a 30-day period. Then what ended up happening is that we had some people, elderly people, who put us into their And so that ended up, when they would pass on, they would, proceeds from the sale of their estate started to go to Crime Stoppers. Now Crime Stoppers in Albuquerque has about $350,000 in their fund, and they probably, the problem is that they don't solve enough cases to really start to make a dent in that reward fund.
Probably not as many to solve. Everyone's so scared of Crime Stoppers. Who's going to report on it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
What you've done.
Yeah.
That's great. You've been so dedicated over the decades with Crime Stoppers, so dedicated to the point where you almost ended up in jail
True.
yourself.
This is very true. We had early on, about 3 months into the program, we had a murder of a drug dealer. And so the kid's name was James Garcia. And we had gone out to the crime scene and everything else, and then I'm back in the office and sort of writing my reports, and the Crime Stoppers line rings, and I pick it up, and this guy starts to tell me what went down with the James Garcia murder. And it turned out that he was killed by an individual by the name of Charlie McGinnis. Charlie had just gotten out of prison and bought some heroin from James, did not pay for it, and Welch got a promise, and then James had put the word out to all the other drug dealers, hey, don't trust Charlie because he's not going to pay. At which point, Charlie got mad and tracked down James, and he goes to this, what we call a shooting gallery. This is a house that primarily is used by types to shoot up heroin. And so there's 6 people inside this house, along with James Garcia. Charlie walks in and shoots James Garcia inside the house, and James is wounded but not killed and runs out and tries to flee down the street. Charlie races after him, corners him in front of the house, and shoots him 6 more times, of course, fatality. And this tipster gave me everything, and you have to understand something about the way that I handle a tip. I'm in never any hurry to take to finish the conclusion of an interrogation of a tipster. The average time that it took me to interrogate a caller was about 30 minutes. And so I'm going through this and then getting the names of everybody that was an eyewitness and everything. And the guy says, well, you know, my wife was there too. You know, this guy was not a rocket scientist. But anyway, ultimately, through the course of the investigation, we find out who this guy is, our tipster, because he was an eyewitness. Now, that is a legal conundrum that is probably not discussed very often but it is something where when you have a tipster who is an eyewitness, you cannot truly guarantee anonymity if in the course of an investigation they're identified. There's no way you can protect them. And that's ultimately what happened in this case. I found out who the guy was, Ernie Lovato. At the same time, we had indicted Charlie McGinnis on this murder, but we had to bring in some people as witnesses, including a couple that were named by Bernie. And that afternoon,